Hey, what's up, technical writers? So today we're going to go ahead and answer some technical writing questions on the technical writing Reddit channel. So let's just make sure this is showing everything up to date. There we go. And we're going to see if we have some good career questions that we can help some people out with. So, see anyone publishing on WikiHow? What are your thoughts on writing an article on WikiHow to help build your portfolio? Let's see if we can find something a little bit more interesting. How can I prepare for an editing role? Our company is going through some big changes, all positive, the next 6 months. One of this is expanding the current editing team of 1, and I'm super interested in becoming an editor number 2. I brought up to my manager, and so far we know that we'll be looking to hire sometime after January and that they want to promote from within. Okay, so the exact question is down here, do any technical writers have advice, books I should read? I'd like to do more though. Read outside, noting the meantime, look as ready as possible. So we have, hey there. There are a couple of things that you mentioned that, well, let's say there are a couple of areas where you can improve upon in order to stand out. I guess to stand out. I don't know, there's a hyphen there. We got Grammarly. Thank you for that, Grammarly. Sometimes Grammarly is not always the best. Let's just do that. It creates a whole new sentence. And I think the first thing is to see if you can improve the collaboration between the editor and the technical writers. Between the editors and the collaboration format. The collaboration, maybe design, I'd say improve, probably streamline collaboration. It makes a little bit more sense. Editor and the technical writers. For example, can you show positive turnaround time? Show positive. Do you use correct proofreading marks? That's important. A lot of people don't use correct proofreading marks. This having a consistent style of proofreading marks between editors goes a long way in helping writers understand feedback. So that's something that's not included in the style guide, is making sure everybody uses the same proofreading marks. That way you just get a consistent feedback. Now we have a couple books I think could help them. So we have, I think, Amazon. I think there's a couple. Let me just check on Amazon real quick. There's one in particular. I'm trying to remember the name of it. So we have Product Docs. I don't want to link directly to Amazon, showing me a bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with Product Docs. Products are docs. Let me see if we can find this right here. There we go. Whoops. Across this book not too long ago, which is for understanding the role of an editor in a world-class organization. Here's a link. I highly recommend a few important notes is that it's worth having technical writers try out the editor position for several days every once in a while, and I'd say maybe every six months or so. This way they can build empathy with you, the editor. The more notes are that. Okay. So I think that, let's see, I'd like to do more though. Do any technical writing have advice, books, ways to start working with communicating with our editor, and more. Yeah, I think that's how to practice in the meantime. How to practice. Gosh, how do you practice editing? I think just proofreading. I would go through to practice and start with documentation. I mean, and seeing what your turnaround time looks like. Yeah, this way you can communicate proper expectations to team members. Team members want about turnaround time. Turnaround time of their requested. Why is not they're not requested edits of edits. Turnaround time, yeah, we gotta. Okay. Let's read it real quick so we see, make sure there's not any crazy mistakes in here. A couple of areas where I believe you can improve upon to stand out. The first thing is to see if you can streamline the collaboration between the editor and the technical writers, between the editor position and the technical writers. For example, can you show a positive turnaround time to use correct proofreading marks? Can you show, I don't like show. Can you provide a positive turnaround time? Do you use correct proofreading marks? Having a consistent style of proofreading marks among editors goes a long way in helping technical writers understand feedback. This is not proofreading marks. I came across this book not too long ago, which is helpful for understanding the role of an editor in a world-class. Here's a link, or that it's worth having technical writers try out the editor position for several days, every 6 months or so. This way they can build empathy with you, the editor. Okay. Proper expectations about turnaround time of edits. I mean, the other part's a given. So we're just gonna comment this. I'm the only person on Reddit, I feel like, that has their actual image and just their profile. When to use the F word, how is that? No, not that one. Functionality, oh, okay. So I rarely use, tech writers use a straight noun. What is there between a function and a functionality? Ooh. Going term, well, yeah, I guess function has, well, that's a good answer right there. I'm just starting a job tech writing for a real estate company. Now I'm confused. Well, let's see what's going on here. This is vastly different from what I understand tech writing to be. I wrote procedures, standards, policies, and all that. Now I write legal documents defending my company's assessment of a property's value. Is that even tech writing still? Am I still a tech writer technically? Help. For what it's worth, my new company absolutely needs a writer on board because their documentation is quite a mess. I like my new job, but am I even still a tech writer? Please help me understand my new career-focused identity. Thanks. About law or fact? Technical fact sheet should be, so legal writing is technical writing. Very different to understand. I wrote procedures. Now I write legal documents defending my company's assessment of a property's value. A subset of technical writing. Even though technical writing, let's say, compromises, is known to compromise primarily technology products and tools. It also encompasses encompasses verticals, including we have science writing, proposal writing. I would say science writing, proposal writing. We also have medical writing, and legal writing. The reason is that this writing shares the same aspects as including, so what he mentioned before, procedures, standards, and policies. Is fact-based writing. I would say it's fact-based writing and doesn't need and doesn't warrant opinion. Warrant the inclusion of one's opinion. Okay. What's going on, Grammarly? I gotta upgrade to the advanced one. Not gonna do it. It's a subset of technical writing. Even though technical writing is known to comprise primarily technology, products, and tools, it also encompasses verticals, including science writing, proposal writing, medical writing, and legal writing. The reason is that this writing shares, the reason for this inclusion is that legal writing many of the same aspects as other forms of technical writing, including procedure, standards, and policies. For example, legal writing is fact-based writing, doesn't warrant the inclusion of one's opinion. Moreover, it requires in-depth knowledge of terminology specific to a field. An easy way to determine whether it's not technical writing is if your employer asks you to write something that has write something more opinion based. If your employer asks you to more opinion based in the legal documents that you are producing. Okay, I think that's good. There we go. We'll see if that helps his issue. And yeah, we got a few more. We got, what should my wage be? Ooh, this is a good one. I graduated college in May 2021 with a bachelor's in English, and after a brief stint at a liquor store, I got an internship as a comp writer with a government contractor for $16 an hour. Well, my boss was a technical writer, and I expressed interest in the trade, so after my internship ended in August, I started a technical writing internship at $18 an hour. Besides my copywriting and marketing responsibilities, my boss is also getting my feet wet with proposal and technical writing. Everyone basically... So he gets this full-time position, and he expects another $2 increase to $20 an hour. That's crazy. So the answer is certainly yes. According to Bureau, the mean wage for a technical writer in DC is $43,000 or $90,000. I get that you're new and starting out and don't really have experience up here. Yeah, so this person was right on point. So, I'd say, because this is your first job, the company will pay you your first full-time job. Just to be a little bit more, the company will pay you less than the average salary of a technical writer for your area, location, and location, industry, and vertical. Well, vertical, same thing. Location, industry, and company. please keep in mind that you'll likely not get the pay raise you deserve after a year or 2 years. So similar to what this guy said, similar to what Alan Bowman said, the salary is much higher. Most companies won't double your pay, even when you become a great technical writer at your position, and then in your position. So let's say that takes 1 year to do. Or even two. If you ask for that type of raise, they simply won't ask for a $20 increase in hourly wage. You're unlikely to get it. So here, this is why people not job hop, but this is why people look for other opportunities once they have a year or two under their belt. You'll likely make twice as much jumping to another company at the end of a year or two. I highly recommend you do this. Do this, as it's not worth it. As you only get paid once. I think that's the right way, because this is your first full-time job. The company will pay you less than the average salary of a technical writer for your location, industry, and company. Please keep in mind that you'll likely not get the pay raise you deserve after a year or 2 years. Similar to what Alan Bowman said, the average salary is much higher. Most companies won't double your pay even when you become a great technical writer in your position. Let's say that takes 1 year to do, or even 2. If you ask for a $20 increase in hourly wage, at that point, if you ask for a $20 increase in hourly wage, you're unlikely to get it. This is why people look for other opportunities once they have a year or 2 under their belt. You'll likely make twice as much money. You'll likely twice as much jumping to another company once you get to that point in time. Once you get to that point in your career, once you get to that timeline in your career, just try not to use the same phrases too many times. Okay, there we go. So there we have it. We're answering tons of questions on Reddit today. Well, not tons, we answered 3. And hopefully we helped some people out who are in technical writing, gave them some good advice on how to increase their salary and all those good things. And feel like I'm helping people out. There's a lot of people that need help with their career in technical writing. So, that's why we started Technical Writer HQ, to do just that. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit of a different video from the ones I usually upload. And sending you guys lots of good energy for rest of your day, night, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And I'll see you on some of our following videos. Cheers.